This is Luis Oliveira with the Bad Business Show, Season 5, Episode 1, Hypocrite Democrats and Fake Republicans. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about a few things that have been going on in politics, specifically regarding the Democrats and fake Republicans, the hypocrite Democrats and fake Republicans. So let's start with the most notable Democrats. Most notable Democrats in my eye of target right now is Susan Rice. Who is Susan Rice? Susan Rice is the former Obama National Security Advisor, and she was the Director of Domestic Policy for the Biden administration. Now, understanding these very high titles of government in the federal office, I'm going to critique her as she is being a very big hypocrite and critiquing Hegseth. A month ago, she went on that very liberal MSNBC shit network and started critiquing Hegseth and the Trump administration about, how this is a serious breach and, Trump leaked war plans and how Hegseth is, talking about, giving out, plans and details to people without security clearances, like over at Fox Shit Network and his family, brothers, and whoever else, that do not have these secret clearances. Now, Susan Rice, let's look at your hypocrite self, who should not be talking, because I previously mentioned Obama administration is the fucking worst administration, one of the worst administrations. These past, 10 to 15, almost 20 years of presidency, pretty much since Obama, Trump, Biden, and now Trump again, all of which I refer to as the shittiest and most ineligible. Not eligible. Let me put it very clear so even the morons can understand. I don't want to confuse anyone. Not eligible for public office era. The most corrupt, not eligible, the most piece of shit fucking administrations in USA history. Okay, Susan Rice, under the Obama administration, since she likes to talk and since Obama likes to talk, run their stupid, big, fat, hypocrite, piece of shit fucking mouths, which I believe they need to shut the fuck up. Susan Rice, let's see. Under the Obama administration, because I was under the Bush and Obama administration, I had to deal with military budget cuts. Why were there military budget cuts? I was trying to go officer. Why couldn't I get military budget cuts? Why couldn't I go officer? Part of that ruined my my career as a military person. I was trying to go officer. Why were there military budget cuts, huh, Obama? But, you guys want to critique Trump administration and Hegseth for doing a lot of the same shit you morons were doing. Okay. Now that we established that one. Okay, 2. Oh, wait a minute. How can I forget? More military budget cuts and more no awards and more no promotions. Because even from 2011 all the way to 2016, when I had to go to the Naval Yard over in Washington, D.C., I got no awards and I got no promotions. And I, with the FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force, saved an entire beach over in Key West. Did I get my promotions? No. Did I get awards? No. Don't worry. You'll be getting lawsuits for that real soon. Moving on. Susan Rice, under the Obama administration. Germany. You want to talk about national security breaches? Let's talk about economic terrorism. Oh, whoa, man. Like me and other many Americans who had a Volkswagen and got screwed over in 2014, 2015 with the Volkswagen scandal. What was that? Germany's economic terrorism and the USA people who got frauded out of billions of dollars. Oh, yeah, that's me. Again, that's me getting screwed over by the shit policies and national security by the Obama administration and Susan Rice. National Security Advisor. Wow, how did some loser like that one even get that position? Oh, wait, is that why we have all these issues? And under the Biden administration, which Biden was the vice president at the time of Obama, she was, under Biden's presidential administration, she was the director of domestic policy. I mean, failed with the whole Germany economic terrorism thing, and she gets, as the national security advisor, gets to be director of domestic policy. Fucking morons. The hypocrite Democrats over here running their mouth on stupid shit. Yeah, nah, I'm gonna fucking start moving on. I'm getting a little pissed off. Biden's era, Susan Rice. Biden's era. Let's talk about Biden's era as director of policy and former national security advisor. Shouldn't you have, like, seen the flags, the red flags, or, like, worked with DOD to, like, try to prevent the spy balloons, the Chinese spy balloons? Or how about the Chinese spies in our USA military? Multiple of them. Nothing? Okay. Yeah. A fucking loser just wants to run your big fat stupid mouth. Stay the fuck off MSNBC, the stupid shit liberal network. Just shut the fuck up and stay out of politics. You failed. Stop trying to get back in. The Democrats have epically failed. Just shut the fuck up. You are all fucking losers. You're as much of a fucking loser as they are. Okay? Okay, Bill de Blasio. Now we're moving on to Bill de Blasio. Recently, he wants to go into and start posting something on social media, how he's backing up Harvard University, because Trump is trying to do cut-ups. Now, in between all of this, I just want to say that I filed a multi-million dollar lawsuit against Bill de Blasio in New York City in 2021 because he infringed my civil rights. Now, he's saying he's backing up Harvard, and he's so proud of Harvard. He got his Harvard education at Harvard Political Institute. Now, is that the amazing Harvard education? What? Harvard taught you how to mass infringe civil rights? Sounds like a shit school to me. They didn't teach you proper leadership skills. You overpaid. And like the other moron, J.D. Vance, they teach white men, my fellow indigenous Europeans, to have very low standards because, let's look at your wives. They're shit. You have very low standards, huh? So they're teaching you to have low standards. They're not teaching you properly, like my CAGDBOS Academy is, with which I beat COVID-19 naturally. And not only did I beat it naturally, I broke world strength and speed records. Multiple of them. So, shit school. Harvard is a shit school. Hypocrite Democrats over here just want to run their fucking mouth. I'm so tired of you fucking people. I'm so tired of you. You know what? Both of you, MAGA and BLMs, and the Democrat BLMs are both very liberal. That's why you are the hypocrite Democrats and fake Republicans, because you're all really essentially liberals. Let me explain why. In 2020, the BLM terrorists conducted constitutional treason, no different than the MAGA and Trump January 6th attack. It is all constitutional treason. Both Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, of which both were presidential candidates, and Kamala being a vice president, should have never even been to begin with vice president, because they supported and they were involved in constitutional treason at the local and municipal level and at the federal level. By attacking the government at the local and municipal levels and supporting the attacks, you have engaged in what is under the clause of Constitution treason. Let's start with Article 3, okay? The treason clause, okay? Under Article 3 of the Constitution, it is treason. One, it makes you not eligible to hold public office. It is punishable by death, and it is treason. When you riot and you destroy government property, of which they all did, and they attack government, they attack law enforcement, instead of going through by legal means of the courts and trying to deal things in a civil matter and filing lawsuits, which is the way it's supposed to be, you engage in what is called constitutional treason. This makes all of these people completely illegal, not eligible for public office. This has been the biggest disrespect in USA history to the Constitution. All of them are the most biggest pieces of shit in USA history. This is a huge disrespect because none of these people were supposed to ever be in office, and they're in office, and that is very, very illegal. They should have all been. They all need to die because it is essentially by law punishable as per the Constitution, USA federal Constitution. It is punishable by death. Simple as that. No slap on the wrist. No, hey, you did something. No. This is not petty. This is some serious shit. This is all. You were all essentially to be punished by death because this is constitutional treason. You can't get any worse than that. You are essentially a traitor to this own country, to these own people. There's nothing more disgusting and treasonous and criminal than that. Simple as that. You're up there with the child rapists and molesters and the other terrorists. So you're as disgusting and just criminal as they are. There's no difference. I don't see a difference between you guys. Simply no. Now, one of the last things I would like to cover, let me see, as I'm looking through all my little sticky notes here on what I refer to it. Oh, yeah, the Black African DEI. Yeah, I don't really care about you guys. If you guys all gonna be complaining about how Target, Walmart, and all these other businesses are like letting you go, good. That is exactly how I feel because I ran for independence, and Kamala and all the Black Africans and the Democrats all decided to oppose me. So you know what? This ain't betrayal. Go shove it up your ass. Shut the fuck up. I don't really care. So simple as that. You can cry all you want. I don't really care. You feel exactly what you forced on me by opposing me, and you lost. So that's what you get for supporting such a fucking weak candidate. I hope you learn to support me once again when I run in 2028 again. And the last thing I want to talk about is how the hypocrite Democrats and fake Republicans with the Ukraine and Russia. That is the whole Ukraine and Russia deal. All those lives lost, all that nonsense, that is all the works of Democrats. Why? Because in the 1800s, Democratic and terrorist President Polk illegally invaded Mexico, started a war, and then seized all the lands by illegally killing people and starting a war. More than half the United States, technically, even to this day, and despite the unlawful treaty, because it is technically unlawful since anything obtained and caused by a terrorist act makes it not eligible in truth to be rightfully yours. Mexico, more than half of the United States, still to this day rightfully belongs to Mexico. The Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo is it's an invalid treaty. No es válido. Ese trato no es válido. No thanks to terrorist and Democrat USA President Polk. That treaty is no good. And the Democrats are doing all the same shit again and have been doing it with Ukraine. Ukraine, that is all Democrat nonsense, and which is also what I refer to as the Great Jew Heist. All those Jews, Kamala's husband, Anthony Blinken, all those people giving hundreds of billions of dollars, taxpayers' money, making the USA people pay for it and giving you nothing but straight up lies. It is all works of hypocrite Democrats and fake Republicans. It is a con. It is the greatest Jewish heist, stealing from all the American people. And in return, they're stealing land like they did back in 1948 from the Palestinian people. It is fraud. It is great Jews highs. They are genociding those people. It is unprecedentedly disgusting and super fraud and criminal. I am disgusted by these people and the lack of knowledge by the American people and by the world that don't really know all the facts, and they are just allowing these things to go disgusts me even more. But I'm here trying to right all these wrongs, and if you oppose me, you are one of the most disgusting fucking people on the fucking planet in every which way, especially if you try to silence me, especially if you don't give me the proper interviews like CNN, Fox Shit Network, and CNBC have. You are all part of the most disgusting fucking people on the planet, trying to silence those like me who are very powerful, know the facts, speak the facts, and are trying to right the wrongs. If you continue with all the liberals, and I mean liberals, I mean MAGA, and I mean BLM, and I mean the Democrats, and I mean all those fake Republican and the hypocrite Democrats, you are all liberals. Because what your actions are constitutes what you are. Actions speak louder than words. You can say you're something, but your actions tell me exactly who you are. Your words are meaningless to me. So, this is pretty much what I like to say concludes my first episode of season 5, the Bad Business Show. Hypocrite Democrats and fake Republicans, which I'm assuming, which I don't like to assume, but assume it makes an ass out of you and me, but I'm sure about 99.99% positive that I'm sure there's going to be another Democrat moron and hypocrite or another fake Republican who's going to want to open up their stupid ass mouths, and they're going to want to say something, and I'll probably have to make episode or part 2 of this episode. Not that I like doing it, but I feel like I need to, because the facts need to be put out there, and I understand that I am the number one scientist on earth post COVID-19, and the facts need to be put out there. As dean of CAGDBOS Academy, since my school is the number one school, not only in USA, I have officially replaced Harvard. Until I pretty much get the proper investments and board members to invest and donate to my CAGDBOS, so I can build my CAGDBOS Academy physical structures. I am technically the most sophisticated and most elite school on earth, and not just in the United States, on earth. I teach at the most elite levels, and my CAGDBOS Academy is number 1. I have superseded Harvard. Harvard has clearly proven that their students are fucking morons, and they don't implement their students with the proper skills, knowledge, and proper self-esteem, to have self-confidence in themselves, which essentially affects them and their personal lives and their personal relationships. And for me, it's going to leave you vulnerable, and it works out for me because, one, it leaves you vulnerable for an attack on me because, hey, I'm superior. I truly am a superior Homo sapien, intelligence, and in physically. And that's why I have CAGDBOS Academy. I'm going to right the wrongs that DOD has, because I originally started my CAGDBOS to correct the wrongs that I had to endure. All the morons that I had to put up with in the Marine Corps, I am going to properly teach all new recruits if they wish to work at DOD, and they'll have to go through me. That's what I'm trying to work at. They'll have to go through me. Or if they choose not to go to DOD and they would choose to go to another federal agency or another government department, or work in the private sector, or even for me as with CAGDBOS, because I do intend on going to space. And my CAGDBOS will be covering land, sea, air, and space. And my school is the number one school for engineering, science, medicine, and history and politics, and pretty much every subject, since Harvard is epically failing, and I have literally beat it and outwitted the top USA public officials, directors, anyone with a fancy top title or whatever. I have officially beat you, and I'll be more than happy to get into any intelligent argument with anyone. I don't do stupidity with the stupid ass media. I don't argue with morons. If I deem you, and excuse me, as an absolute moron, and all you do is talk about fake news and fake information, misinformation, and you are trying to deceive people, I'm going to deem you as a fucking moron, and I want nothing to do with you. You should not even be on television, on a mass media platform, spreading such nonsense, because you are essentially causing a lot of harm. It is public harm. You're causing public harm. The hypocrite Democrats and fake Republicans are causing harm. Political pandemic was harmful. It infringed my rights and mass infringed everybody's rights. It is harmful. All that fake news from all these people, harmful. It is harmful. Not only to oneself, one's mind, but also as a society. It negatively reflects the United States as a moron nation. And it devalues our credit in the sphere of, competing with other nations as who has the better education, who is a first world nation, who is better. It is drastically devaluing who we are, and I am trying to fix all that. Is what I've been trying to fix, because I cannot stand all of you morons, hypocrite Democrats and fake Republicans. You all need to be removed from office and not be re-elected. Simple as that. And with that, I sign out on this very first episode of season 5 of the Bad Business Show.
Why?